Sega from China. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. I love myself the Sega system from back in the day. But there was one particular thing that I was always searching for, and that was a wireless controller. So I came across this 8-bit M30 and I was so curious for a very long time, is this thing a very good replacement for my original controller? That is what we're going to find out, so let's go. So I grew up playing with the Sega Mega Drive, or Genesis as known by many people, with this controller, the 3-button layout. And the 3-button layout was just okay for a very long time. But after that we needed a 6-button layout. And you know, like playing Street Fighter 2 and pressing the start button switch between punching and kicking, oh man, that was freaking awful. But it was something we need to live with. And then we're going to get the D-pad. Nowadays it feels too sturdy in my opinion, and I'm not a big fan of it. So the controller size, I do like it, because in this case, like, it's very comfortable for my hands. And then we're having the original 6-button controllers. They're getting more expensive because these things are more like a novelty than actually like playing on them. But I really love it because the form factor, it's a little bit tiny compared with the big bad boy over here, but still it's very comfortable. I really love the D-pad. It got more like a less sturdy touch to it. I love it. Like the 6-button layout, it was amazing. But then a bit though came with this, the M30 2.4 GHz wireless gamepad. So basically this thing can be used on a Bluetooth connection if you're having, of course, the right pieces of hardware for it. But at this time we're just going to look at the retro style, because you can order it for your Sega Mini, you can order it for your original system. Here you can see it over there. It says for the original Genesis and Mega Drive. And yeah, they say it's a black edition, but I'm guessing they will have like different colors in the future, or they already have them. So what you're going to get inside the package is a micro USB cable, because it comes with a built-in battery that we need to charge. I already did that before making this video. It comes with the tiny plug that we need to plug in our Sega. That is the reason why it's basically like the custom edition, or custom, better said, like the special edition for the old school consoles. But what I understand of the controller is exactly the same if you're going to order like the mini version, or you just want to order this controller for your retro machine or connect it with Bluetooth with your game system. It's going to be the same system. And yeah, we're not going to use all of the buttons simply because we're going to use the 3-button layout. The shoulder buttons, we don't need them, because this is more like an extra thing if you want to use this control for retro gaming. But one thing is, like, the D-pad feels way different. It feels slightly wiggly, not a bad thing. Then we're going to get buttons that we're not going to need. We're going to get the start over here. But let's plug it in and let's see how this thing will play. Okay, so let's try the dongle first, because I'm curious how will this thing fit. Oh, it is really sturdy. And that's what I'm always afraid of, is that when you're plugging in an original cable or like an aftermarket one, like you need to push it in really hard. So I don't need to be afraid like at getting out of it, but still, like, I don't like it. It's too sturdy. So the first game I wanted to try is Doom, and the reason why, because navigating with an old D-pad is going to be like quite challenging. Like with my Mega Drive 1 controller, it's almost freaking impossible to play this game. But I'm noticing with this 8-bit controller, it works flawlessly. Like, I can just really enjoy it. And one thing I really like is the round form factor. It makes this thing quite comfortable to play. Ah, don't care anymore, that's wrong. Alright guys, so the next round, let's try a fighting game. Oh crap. Need to get used to the controls. But why I have always many issues with original controllers, like, this is just perfect. All the moves come out instantly, without any problem whatsoever. But I totally forgot how slow this game was on pause, so that's the reason why it sounds so slow. So absolutely, I love this controller and this D-pad for fighting games.
The green flag drops.
Okay guys, so let's take a close look at another racing game.
Viper fades in the last.
I've played this game so much,
Is
and
dominating the race.
I'm noticing no lag whatsoever. Like, my gameplay sucks, but it's just me like sucking at the game.
Shred fades into last. Snake jams into first.
Oh, absolutely. Let's go.
Rip is about to blow.
Woo! So this rock and roll racing game is absolutely epic. If you've never seen it before, you should try it out because this game is so much fun. Alright, so next up, let's try one of my favorite beat 'em up games, just to see how it is. And again, amazing, like, the D-pad is very important here, and it works like a charm. But we live in such a great time when it comes to retro gaming because there are so many cool ways to play. I just want to do a quick overview of the controllers I'm having in my collection. I have the original 3-button but also the 6-button arcade stick. I'll make some separate videos about that. But also we're having a lot of great aftermarket controllers. But let's take a close look at the original one. I grew up with this controller. It's not the best one and also it's not in the best condition. But it's a lot of fun playing with the 3-button. This is what we had like back in the day here in Europe. Okay, next up what we're going to get is the Mega Drive 2 controller. This one feels so much better when it comes especially to the D-pad. And most of the time when I'm using a 3-button, I will use this controller. But when you're looking at the original 6-button controller, I love it. It's quite rare and they're quite expensive nowadays. But I love this controller. I play it a lot with Street Fighter 2 or Super Street Fighter 2. So having the 6-button configuration that plays so much better than the 3-button. Then we're having aftermarket. I think it was Retrobit, made in very nice, on the license of Sega, made almost like a one-on-one identical clone. We have some minor differences, but still, I love this controller. This controller came with the Hyperkin Sega, and I must say the controller itself, it's not one of my favorites, but I do love the design of the shell itself. It has all the functionalities like the original controller, but it has like this very nice extra comfort, and I must say this controller is really comfortable to play. Okay, so look at this weird one. This came with one of those Sega clones from AliExpress, but I just needed to have it in the collection. It comes with this weird thing that calls a joystick that we can make more like this arcade-ish controller. Like the D-pad is horrible. And look at this, like ABC, like they didn't even put the effort to making X, Y and stuff like that. And there's a weird button in the back, like, oh man, this controller's a mess. It plays horrible, but I just needed to have it in the collection. Okay, well we're now talking about original controllers. So what are the differences? So first of all, when you're looking at the form factor, I think they did an amazing job. The rounds, like the size, everything, it's very comfortable. Here you can see like it still has an even different form factor here. So when you're holding it, it's super comfortable. Compared with the first model, everything is quite flat at the back. It's not really bad, but the thing I really hated is the D-pad itself. It frees. I cleaned it up a couple of times back in the days, but all of my freaking controllers suffer with the same thing. The D-pad is not the best. So I really love myself the Sega controller, the 6-button, but I already mentioned it's slightly a little bit too tiny for my hands. So it's not like the most comfortable. So this thing is perfect between. So in my opinion, it's like the best hybrid of both of them. Like comfort wise, it's good. And yeah, the shoulder button is something we don't need if you ask me. So I understand that they just make one model and you can use it like with different dongles. But for now, like, I will give him the pass. The shoulder buttons are there, but you're going to mainly use the 6-button layout. I really love the D-pad. I tried different games now in this video just to show you like the D-pad is working excellent, and this makes me really happy. Normally I'm more like the guy that wants to have the original controller to give like the authentic feeling, but I don't mind using the 8-bit M30 controller because I am really pleased with it. Let me know in the comments if you ever like tried it yourself. I would love to hear your opinion about it. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video.